Hello there, and welcome to BuildStartPH. This channel was previously called BrickStartPH and was dedicated to my Lego building stuff. But since I haven't been building Lego for like over almost a year now because of the pandemic, I decided to change the focus of this channel because now I've been spending my time mostly playing The Sims 4 and still building stuff, this time on a computer. So that's why I decided to change the name of the channel to Build Start PH. And today I'm going to be showcasing to you my first speed build on The Sims 4. And as you can see, it's taking shape, quite a bit of a shape right now. And this is going to be like a bit of a controversial build, I believe, because it's featuring the Philippine slums. So, in the vernacular or here in the Philippines, it's often called a squatters area. So, just a bit of a disclaimer, and I think I have to explain a bit of the reasoning why I've decided to make this my first build for this for Build Start PH. It's mainly because I wanted to feature like more realistic builds in The Sims, because when I started playing again The Sims, I've played The Sims 1 when it came out so many years ago, and it's only now that I've played The Sims again and The Sims 4. And a lot of the builds that I've been seeing on YouTube and on the gallery on The Sims 4 are really focused a lot on the Western types of buildings and houses. So I wanted to like build something that's unique and at the same time represents um, what actual houses look like here in the Philippines. So, sorry, I have to apologize. I live with a very noisy dog, so you can hear him barking in the background. But yeah, the reason why I started with this build and featured this type of build is because I wanted to feature like what Philippine houses actually look like. And these type of houses, like I said, can be found mostly in Philippine slums. And I wanted to really explain the motivation because it's a bit of a hot topic right now here in the Philippines. You know, poverty porn and exploiting the poor for the middle classes gain or the upper classes gain. And there was this one celebrity who is kind of in hot water right now here in the Philippines because she posted a teaser to her art exhibit, which featured like a really luxurious chair in front of the Philippine slum. So naturally, people reacted negatively to it because it didn't sit right, given that there was no additional context to the photo. So people were saying it's promoting poverty porn and, like I said, exploiting the poor for the gain of the upper class. So there's a bit of like a class struggle everywhere. And yeah, that's why I wanted to take time to like explain away the motivation why I decided to feature this type of build here. I, as much as possible, I wanted to go with more realistic builds, and you'll see in future builds and future videos that that's the kind of Sims build that I'm really going for. So not so much of the Western Victorian types of houses and architecture. I really want to mimic some of the real types of buildings and houses that I see here in the Philippines, so that I can give everyone like a taste of like how is it like to live here in the Philippines. So anyway, back to this build. Philippine slums. Mostly the houses here are constructed using wood. So I'm using a lot of the wood paneling and wooden floors, wooden furniture here. I decided to like create a little bit of a small store in at the side of the house, because that's usually something you can find in in the Philippines. There's like a store, small store attached to the houses of people. It's called a sari sari store. So it's like a small grocery where the neighbors can buy their daily stuff, like as you can see right now, stuff for laundry, for cooking, etc. So yeah, I wanted to feature this very unique Filipino type of retail store, because yeah, it's something that you can find. I don't think it's only the Philippines, but you can find it mostly in Philippine suburbs and Philippine houses. Yeah, so there. So here I am just putting a lot of the items for sale on the different shelves, and now we're moving on to the second house. So a lot of houses in the slums in the Philippines are um, what you call bungalow, I think. It's basically like a studio house with not so many rooms. So for this one, for example, it doesn't have a room at all. The one we built earlier, it had a second floor, and later on, I think I built two rooms on the second floor for that one. Because I was like, the story for the other house is that they're a bit well off than their neighbors, because like they have a sari sari store and the kids go to school, so the parents are have a bit of an income. But for this second house, they don't even have a bathroom inside the house. So I'm building here at the back, like an outdoor bathroom and laundry area, which is like a thing that it's an actual thing that you can find in some areas here in the Philippines, even in the urban cities. So that's why there's this demographic that we call the urban poor, wherein they live near the cities. Like this particular one, for example, wherein it's in like a city type of lot. But yeah, there's like a bit of a contrast between the rich and the poor, which you often see in some of the photos that you will find of the Philippines on the internet. This is the reality. So the poor and the rich live close together, but the gap is so wide between them, in terms of money, in terms of resources, in terms of opportunities. So yeah, that's the unfortunately that's the picture that we have here in the Philippines. It's not very good, it's not very rosy, but that's what it is. So I tried putting on those rubber tires on the roofs, because that's also something that you usually find in some of the houses here, because we get a lot of typhoons every year, and some of them have really powerful winds, and they blow the roofs off of the houses. So to prevent that from happening, families put the rubber tires to hold the roofs down, and so that they don't fly away when the wind is going really really wild. There, anyway, so now I am just putting on some decorations, some clutter outside of this area. As you can see, I also have another build at the other lot. I'll feature that one in another video. That particular cement block house that I did, based on the photos I saw off the internet. So that's what I'm saying. Like the poor and the rich coexist. They live close to each other here in the Philippines. So yeah. So finishing off this build at the back, adding some more clutter, and I think I wanted to cover a lot more of the area here at the back, so that people don't like easily see into the outdoor bathroom and laundry area when the residents here go do their business in the bathroom. So yeah, that's about it, and thank you for watching this build. And here's a quick little I think I'm doing a quick tour of the lot here. There you have it.